if you could learn the lessons and spend 9 days with the best investors in the world, what would you like to know about wealth, about investing, about the economy, about interest rates, inflation, but most importantly, how to make your money work for you? Well, I've just got the privilege of spending 9 days with Robert Kiyosaki, literally breakfast, lunch, and dinner, learning from him, spending time with him with a small group of elite global investors. What he did is he brought together a group of other incredible people in a mastermind, and there were 14 of some of the best people in the world. Mike Maloney, #1 in the world in precious metals. Peter Schiff, one of the top people in the world when it comes to economics, finance, inflation, and everything that's going about. And so I'm now going to try and wrap it up. Now, I'm going to really struggle to do this justice because it's been 9 days of immense content, immersion, proximity is power, and it's literally just been incredible. So click on the link below and I will do a full masterclass where when I've had time, I'll go through all my notes and I'll do a full debrief in terms of everything. If you enjoy these, subscribe to the channel, share them with your friends. We want to share this knowledge. It shouldn't just be the bastion of the wealthy elite that can get to come on a boat like this and to learn. And literally, there are people from 7 different countries here. It's literally some of the best investors and the best knowledge globally. So coming from the back of this boat, it's time for me to share with you the 7 tips in terms of where we're at. Now, before I do that, I do want to remind you that if you click on the link below, I've taken copious notes all the way through here. Plus I've had my iPad and I've literally recorded every single session. I'm going to turn all of those into cheat sheets. So as an example, if you click on the link below and go into community, you're going to get the full debrief of all of the takeaways from all of the top speakers in terms of that process. And like I said, this has been full immersion. I had lunch with Robert Kiyosaki today. I showed him Wealth Migrate. I showed him how the platform invests. It's just phenomenal when you get to spend time with people and truly immerse yourself in terms of that process. So what were my 7 tips in terms of for the whole trip? Well, the first one is that there's an impending crash coming, and they all spoke about it. Robert Kiyosaki said it's the greatest change he's ever seen. Peter Schiff said he's never seen anything like it. Donald Samuelson said it's the same thing in terms of the process. Now, this is all at the macro. This is all at the high level, basically. They spoke about the US dollar and network effects. They spoke about the impact of tariffs and actually how that's a tax on the American system. They spoke about interest rates and the fact that interest rates based on growth expectations are expected to come down. They spoke about China and the rise of China, and Peter Schiff just today said that China is expected to take over America in the next 25 years in terms of that process. And the single biggest principle all the way through that was diversification. Every single one of them. Ray Dalio says the single most important component to financial success is diversification. The second thing was gold and silver. There was so much talk around gold and silver. I didn't know that much about gold and silver. I've learned so much about gold and silver. But my big takeaway here is that the whole world can now invest in gold and silver, but it's not us investors, it's the central banks that no longer trust the bond market, no longer trust the American bonds, etc. And so because of that, they are all buying gold and have been since 2022, and that demand is actually increasing, and that is what's driving the supply. Gold is currently sitting at $3,300. They're expecting it to go to between $8,000 to $10,000. Silver is currently sitting at like $30 or $40. They're expecting it to go into triple digits. So there's a massive run on the go, and with large imbalance between supply and demand. Then real estate, they spoke a lot about the inflation and the data and the fact that there's affordability issues. But the biggest thing that I took away when it came to the real estate space was it always comes back to the fundamentals. You've got to be looking at population growth. There are big headwinds at the moment in terms of affordability. And what's interesting is that with the birth rates and everything, that's going to drive the property market, the real estate market till 2045. But after 2045 in America, they've got a declining birth rate. So you've got to be looking at cities where there's population growth, where they're good for jobs, where there's good business-friendly environment, all of the fundamentals. I'm not going to go into them in all the details. But when you look at all of that, then you can have asymmetric risk reward. That's where you can reduce your risk and you can dramatically increase your returns. And that is a principle that I think is so important that you need to understand, which is asymmetric risk reward. The fourth one was the power of proximity. And Robert Kiyosaki personally invited me to this event. It was expensive. I've invested over $10,000 to be here. but it's with the best in the world. And you're never going to do great things in your life unless you put yourself in the environment to learn and to be around the best in the world. And that's what I've done for the last 9 days. I'm so grateful to be able to be here, to have this opportunity and to be able to share what I've learned. But the best thing is that when you're with someone, breakfast, lunch and dinner, and not just him, but other incredible investors, you can only learn and grow. I always say to myself, I want to put myself in the room where I'm the dumbest, poorest person, because there's only one way you can go in terms of that process. The next thing was risk management. They spoke a lot about risk management. How do you manage risk? In tumultuous times, in change, in uncertainty, how do you manage risk? And we spend a lot of the sessions going into risk management. And again, if you click on the link below, when I take you through the masterclass, I'll go into all the techniques that one can use in risk management to make sure that you protect yourself no matter what happens going forward in terms of the global economy. We spoke quite a lot about AI and the power of AI and how you can use AI and what a massive impact AI is going to have over the next 5 to 10 years. Now, I know that I'm preaching to the converted, but you need to know about AI because you can truly use it to your benefit, and it can have a dramatic impact in your productivity and in your efficiency. And then the final one, which I really enjoyed today, they asked some of these guys that were some of the best in the world. I mean, they fly in on their own private jets, they're all uber wealthy. And when they said, based on everything we've learned over the last couple of days, what are the key takeaways? And there were two main themes that came through. The one was community. Who are you hanging around with? Jim Rohn says you're the sample of the 5 people that you hang around with. Are the people you're hanging around with, are they global citizens? Are they helping you protect your wealth? Are they helping you create wealth? Are they helping you diversify? Are they helping you, educate your children around money and investing and legacy? Are they looking at generational wealth? All of these things, like, you need to be putting yourself in the environment where you're the best in the world. I mean, as an example, come to one of our wealth weekends. Come and be part of the Wealth Hackers or the Mastermind. Put yourself in an environment with global citizens, and that's why the power of community and the power of proximity is so, so important. Come and spend time with our family office that literally looks after the wealth of the wealthiest people. Because if you do that and you get access to the right information and the right partners, then it's going to take a material impact in your life. And then the other thing that they had was, was community, and the last one was personal development. It's all about investing in yourself, and all of them said they've all had phenomenal success, and each and every one of them put it down to the fact that they put themselves in the room. Proximity is power, community, who do they hang around with? And the second is that they invest in themselves, personal development. They pay for courses, they pay for mentors, they pay for masterminds. They come on boat trips like this, and they take 9 days out of their life so that they can learn from the best, they can surround themselves with the best. If that's something you want, subscribe to this channel, share it with your friends, click on the link below, join us in our community, because if you want to be a global citizen, if you truly want to create a plan B, have diversification, have peace of mind, then this is the community we've created to build globally diversified passive income. Now, I'm going to be running a masterclass, so if you click on the link below, I'll take you through all my key takeaways. But for now, that's me signing out from the boat, my key takeaways from this experience. And remember, Wealth Going Global is coming up, and in that I'm going to be taking you through all the modules. How do you choose the top 5 countries, the top 5 currencies, the top 15 assets, how to find the right partners around the world, and most importantly, walk away with a wealth plan and an investor strategy sheet. Also, for those that join the Wealth Hackers or the Mastermind, remember that you're going to get access to all my notes, plus you're going to be able to get the recordings, plus you're going to get the cheat sheets. So I'm using technology, and I'm trying to make your life as effective and efficient as possible. And so that's Scott Picken signing out from the back of the boat here. I've just spent 9 days with my mentor. I read this book in 2001, had a profound impact on my life. I've now spent 9 days with the man. It has been incredible. And one of the greatest things that I leave here with is he told me today, Scott, I'm so proud and I'm so grateful that you came. And I think my message to all of you is that the difference between people that get results and the people that don't are those that take action. So whatever you do, I don't care what you do today, but do something, make a commitment to yourself and take some action. And it could be as simple as clicking on the link below on this channel and joining our community. I'll see you on the inside. Cheers.